Previously on Deck of Many Aces. Felicity Keats, the real expert here. I'm just the lab technician, but she's working on her PhD in gravitology.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw the loud fast one. She was holding some like papers in her hand, looking mighty concerned, and she headed off. Was no sign of a struggle though. She went somewhere I don't know, down the same sort of way that you guys went yesterday.
Taz, without a word, turns around and starts running to the factory.
Yep.
Yeah.
In front of you can see Mara is stood, clearly having some kind of heated discussion with Kaelin Churin, and Glau is stood in the far corner over Felicity, who appears to have been caught in some kind of like magical web type thing.
Did Mara or did Mara not murder Dr. Delaware?
No comment.
I'm gonna go get Kaelin.
He collapses at you.
Yes!
Welcome to Deck of Many Aces, an actual play podcast made with actual Aromantics. I did it this time. I'm so proud of myself.
Wham.
Was that a solitary wham that just got left over? Then?
There were two.
It's like herding cats, but with whams.
Wham.
Too many whams to count.
We are a group of people. I couldn't remember the intro then. We're a group of people who identify as somewhere on the aromantic or asexual spectrum, playing 5th edition D&D with a twist. Every character's past, present, and future is based on a card drawn from the deck of many things. I'm Ellie. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be your DM today. Your demisexual marmalade.
Ooh.
Nice.
Thank you.
We love a Moulin Rouge reference.
Ha! I was actually thinking of Paddington, and also whoever sang Lady Marmalade originally.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
It was like one of the first CDs I owned.
I don't even know that.
I just know Moulin Rouge.
Anyway, Moulin Rouge.
Which I say like that because it has an exclamation point at the end.
Moulin Rouge. Introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is and I play Tozja Athadel, the party battlemaster fighter, who uses she, her pronouns, and also is a big elephant lady.
And is very cool, and we love her very much.
I would not be anything without my casters who make me strong and brave, but I am very glad. Sorry, brave
Guys,
made
this
the
is
window
getting a
start
little
noise
bit
again.
gay. Going a little bit fruity here, guys. Maybe turn it down. It's not that kind of podcast,
That's
is it?
fruity.
It's definitely not queer friendly. That's not what we're about.
No, we're queer unfriendly.
Oh my god.
No, we just mildly dislike them.
I hate the gays.
That's going to get clipped out of context, like that bit on the Scooby-Doo movie, and you're going to get cancelled.
Wait, what?
I hate Coolsville. I want, hey, listeners, I want it on record. I hate Coolsville.
Oh, she thinks Coolsville
Wait, are we
sucks.
talking about the live-action Scooby-Doo?
The live-action one, where Fred is like...
Yes, of course we are.
You take everything out of context. He wanted to make it seem like I said... Like, I think Coolsville sucks, and then they just...
Yeah.
It gets worse every time, and then he gets angry about it, and it's like, just don't say anything, Fred.
Okay, do you know the wildest thing about that film? Is that originally it was an adult film, and I don't mean like an adult film, but an R-rated film.
What?
That does not surprise me in the slightest.
And then it got toned down for kids.
I think if we were the mystery squad, I would be the Fred.
That tracks.
I think that's a good thing to put in our Q&A
Yes.
episode, which may be released before or after this episode.
Who we would be in the Scooby-Doo gang.
Shall we continue? In the mystery gang,
Good
yeah.
question.
In the meantime,
Chloe!
my name is Chloe. And I play Raina Riftwood, who is a tabaxi bard. We both use she, her pronouns. And it's my go in combat, I think. I wrote myself a note so I know exactly what to do. I'm ready.
Hello, I am Eiriol, and I use she, they pronouns, and I am playing Delphi, who is a Growfolk warlock, and who uses she, her pronouns. Yeah. Delphi's not got anything going on, they're just waiting to hit stuff, mainly.
Yeah. That's a vibe.
If they do get to hit stuff, they might not.
We shall see.
Hello, my name is Katie. I use she, her, they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Morgan, who has she, her pronouns, I think. Yep, that's correct. She's wizard.
She is indeed wizard.
She is wizard.
She is
you know
wizard.
about that being a term of endearment back in like the 90s?
Wizard!
Like, wow, that's totally wizard.
That's totally wizard. Wizard!
Morgan, she's totally
She's
wizard.
totally wizard.
She's such a wizard.
Very famous five of you. To be fair, I do have slight famous vibes from Katie.
What vibes?
Famous five vibes.
And on that
On
note,
that note, what happened last time? I say, well, I'm desperately trying to remember why I went onto my web browser, because there was something I needed. I remember it. What happened last time?
Toz did a big bonk.
Toz did
She killed a robot.
I absolutely owned the bad guys. Killed a robot. They don't even have souls.
Hey, that's very
Robotist?
presumptuous of you.
I'm also not sure why it makes a difference.
What if Proto Boy had a soul?
I'm not a woman in STEM. I don't know about robots.
What if Proto Boy had a soul and was a child?
Why did Proto Boy have a gender anyway?
Yeah. Proto Boy is a gender. Let's not get into...
Proto Boy was given a gender.
Yes.
Assigned
As we all
to
were. Okay. Okay. I think on that note, we should get into it. So first in the initiative order from last time is actually Glau, who's going in just before Raina. I'm so sorry.
Oh, this guy.
What's the setup? What are we looking at?
As far as I can remember, Morgan, Iona, and Raina are still sort of stood in the doorway. Delphi's run forward a little bit towards Mara and Kaelin. Toz is stood in front of Kaelin because she's just, like, not murdered him, but, like, close.
Get wrecked, scrub.
We've got Morgan, Raina in the doorway, Delphi running forward, Toz and Kaelin and Mara in the centre of the room, Glau and Felicity over on the far side.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Kaelin's unconscious though, right?
Kaelin is soups unconscious. Glau is gonna get out a very similar looking gun to Kaelin's, but actually you would all recognise this as well. This is the gravity gun. He is going to point it at Toz. And Toz, can you
Bye, Toz.
do a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Okay, I'm not terrible. I've got +6 to this one.
You're about to be floating in the air, babe.
Yeah.
Or against the ground, either way.
That
yeah.
is a 15.
Oh goodness.
Oh, you just beat it.
I'm too angry.
Yeah, you're just like, no, I refuse to be. I'm just gonna check. Actually, I'm gonna get Mara to do a saving throw as well. Oh gosh.
He did make the decision to use the Constitution saving throw gun against the giant elephant.
That is true. That is true. So, actually, no, I don't think Mara will. Oh, I just had an idea. Hee hee. So.
Oh god.
What happens is Glau raises his gun and tries to avoid pointing it at Mara, so points it towards your head, Toz, and you can feel like the gravity, like in the area immediately around you, suddenly, well, I say the gravity becomes heavier. That's not how gravity works, but like, you know, you suddenly feel like everything is so much heavier, but you are far too focused on your, you know, making sure that Kaelin goes down to actually have the full effect of it. So on a failed save, you'd have taken full damage. Your speed would have been halved because you succeeded. You only take 2 damage, and there's no effect on your speed.
It would have
Oh,
only
wow.
halved
Doesn't
it back
even
down
look
to
round.
normal.
Yeah, would have made it normal.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was, I guess, his idea as well, is just to undo the haste on
Yeah.
you and make life difficult for you. Because he's raised kind of in the air, the kind of edge of the sort of sphere of gravity catches on the already pretty ropey looking cables and what's the word? Pipes, like, above your head. Stuff, the technical term. And it shudders and groans, but it still stays intact just about. Yeah. Okay, it is
Oi.
now Raina's go.
That wasn't by any chance a melee
wasn't,
attack, was
no.
it?
No, it'd be ranged.
Didn't think so, just wanted to check.
Raina, it is your go.
Okay, is Mara and Glau within 30 feet of each other?
No. No, they're not.
No, I don't think they are.
That's okay. As long as Mara is within 120 feet of me, and if not, I can move up to like 60 feet anyway because of my ratio.
Mara is within, I think, about 100 feet of you.
Cool!
Yeah.
I'm a cast hypnotic pattern on Mara. I'm gonna try and place it so that it doesn't get Toz as well.
That's fine. That is all good.
It's 30-foot cube. Wisdom saving throw, please.
Okie dokie. My dice are going everywhere. That is a 14.
That does not save! Finally! Actually, I think I got a basilisk once, so actually this is not finally, but still.
I just blew out my microphone.
She's incapacitated and she has a speed of 0.
Damn. Okay. Okay. Cool. So describe
that is
to
it
me
for
like
1 minute.
what happens? How does that work?
There's this like a twisting pattern of colours that weaves through the air, like sort of blues and purples and pinks. It appears for a moment and then vanishes, but Mara's like still staring at it and is
So it's
charmed and it's just like
Bisexual hypnosis.
it's
Did you just say bisexual
Exactly.
hypnosis?
My
Okay.
cousin just went into labour.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness!
Was this expected?
Leave this in the podcast! I'm gonna be a second cousin!
Oh my god!
Yay!
Yeah, she's been very pregnant for a while.
Cute! Congrats! I mean, I guess tangentially.
I would then like to move my 60 feet, because I've got the feline agility.
Yeah,
so I can go
yeah,
down to speed, towards Glau.
Okay.
Is he within 60 feet of me? Probably
He's
not.
nowhere near within 60 feet of you. He's quite far away.
I'm just gonna go towards him.
Yep, that's cool.
And on the way, or like I might not even really go past her, but I'll just be like, "You're doing great, Toz," and give Toz some bardican.
Oh,
That's a D8
Yes,
for you.
thank you.
everyone is simping
A
for
D8!
Toz.
Woohoo! You guys are spoiling me today.
And I'm gonna try and approach Glau in a non-threatening way and just be like, "Hey, we just want to know what's going on here."
He looks at you, really uncertain, but he kind of like levels the gun at you and sort of, I guess, almost like braces himself. Like, you know, you can see a sort of determined look set into his face. And it is now Felicity's go. I need to remember she is caught in this web, so okay, she's got to make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, she succeeds. So she like breaks out. So while Raina, like while you're almost distracting Glau, she sort of manages to rip herself free of this webbing and staggers forward. She doesn't look like she's doing particularly well. You know, wizards, they can be very squishy.
Sorry.
What?
It's true.
Just laughing at wizards.
You know, wizards. She's gonna try and cast Ray of Enfeeblement.
Oh my days!
On Glau. Actually, on Glau or on Mara?
If she casts it on Mara, Mara will wake up.
Good point. Glau.
I don't know if she's a wizard, she'd probably recognise the spell. but
Yeah, oh yeah. And I also think
yeah, if she doesn't know what's going on, she could theoretically just do that.
Glau is more of an immediate threat to her.
Sorry, I fully zoned out and I thought you were talking about Iona and not Felicity, and I was like, why did she have
Lol.
enfeeblement?
Yeah, that's going to be fun in approximately like 30 seconds because I don't have Iona's character sheet for some reason. I cannot find it, so that's going to be fun.
Well, presumably, considering everything's happening at least 60 feet away, she is going to run forwards.
Yeah, that's true. She got a 16, which doesn't hit. Dang it! So she tries to. She sends forwards this black beam, and it reaches forward. It strikes Glau square in the back, but his armor that he's wearing just seems to deflect it super easily. And oh ho ho! Felicity looks understandably pretty shaken. Does anyone still have Detect Magic running? Or would anyone still have Detect Magic running? Okay.
I think Morgan cast it last, and that was back at the house. So
Yeah,
It has probably faded.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
10 minutes, isn't it?
Delphi can cast it at will, but also it's concentration. So if they want to do anything,
You wouldn't have it going, yeah.
it's like, oh, cool,
Okay.
drop that immediately.
You know what? For flavour, normally, obviously, you can only see magic if you have casted Detect Magic, but the magic surrounding Felicity is so kind of like strong, it sort of begins to almost materialize, and you can almost very faintly, as if looking through like as if it's like an Instagram filter or something, you can kind of see these colours and shapes on top of her. The magic then explodes out, and she disappears, and then reappears. And then reappears 60 feet away, kind of between Raina and Glau.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, she hasn't disappeared, like, permanently. That would be bad.
Does she look like she did that on purpose?
It does not look like she did that on purpose.
Oh, good.
Oh, great.
Fabulous.
Oh, wonderful.
It is now Iona's go. Iona is going to run forward, I think, and run forward 60 feet, which doesn't get her quite close enough to Glau, but she's following behind you, Raina. I think she can, she's just going to use her turn to dash, which means we're back to the top of initiative. Morgan.
Finally. Well, so is the spell on Mara going to drop as soon as anyone does damage to her?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a plan for that if you want to deal with Glau.
Glau. How far is Glau away from me?
He's like 150 feet, like he's far.
Oh, you may have an issue there then.
Well, I can go get Glau for you. I was just going to tie her up while she was in hypnotic pattern and restrain her.
Shaking her also would break it, so you're going to have to be real careful, but you could definitely do it.
Doesn't she get to save against it every turn, though?
No, I don't think so.
Does she not?
Check.
Oh, that's good.
What, really?
Hypnotic pattern, I think you do.
No, doesn't say anything about it.
Oh.
Yeah, there's some that you don't.
Sucks to suck, I
'cause
guess.
they're, if you get hit, or if someone like shakes you.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the difference is that if you've got allies, then someone can just come over and be like, have a shake,
It's also
wake up.
concentration, so it's like
Yes.
Have a shake.
In which case I'm
have a
gonna...
Kit Kat. No.
I was literally about to say that, Eiriol, we are staying free.
Terrible.
How far away is Felicity from me?
Felicity is about 100 feet.
Oh god, everyone's so far away. I don't think I have anything I can do from here.
Can't you fly?
Yeah, at 30 feet per... at the speed of 30 feet.
Oh,
Don't you
bummer.
have any ranged attacks or anything?
Pardon?
Don't you have any ranged
Yeah,
attacks?
cantrips they usually have pretty high range.
Yeah, you might be able to do
120
120
on
feet.
Firebolt, but that's still...
If you move first, you're 30 feet, then you'll be 120 feet
Yeah.
away.
That is true.
For my bigger ones, Chromatic Orb is 90 feet, Maximilian's Earth and Grasp is 30 feet. This is a long way away, Webster. You put them all a long way away.
I know, it's almost like I made combat hard. Oh no.
I know.
Oh no.
Now you will know how I felt during the robot butler fight.
Oh, Fireball is 150 feet.
Oh no!
I don't think we need that, honestly.
Yes.
Do we need that right now?
Glau hasn't taken any damage yet.
I'm also trying to calm Glau down, but I don't know whether Morgan would have necessarily noticed that.
Is anyone within 20 foot of Glau?
Felicity?
Right?
Felicity is now, yeah, just.
Because I'm still at least 60 feet away from him, but Felicity's in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell, it's a combat. I'll cast Fireball.
Yes! Make bad decisions!
I can't believe we're going to get done for Glau's murder.
It's only 8d6 fire damage.
Only.
Oh, good
Ellie,
God.
if you ever do a compilation episode, then you have to put Casey saying, Fireball's 150 feet in it.
I like fire.
Okay.
What?
That will put you on a watch list.
No, I mean, Morgan...
Not what you want to hear your wizard say. Also, does this drop haste with the concentration on haste?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, Fireball.
Yay.
Fireball's not concentration. You're not concentrating on that.
You're going to make it burn for longer. Morgan...
You just do it.
Like, Morgan is a time wizard, but if she wasn't, she would be an evocation fiery wizard. So it's like her second path.
Second study.
Anyway, yeah, a bright streak is going to flash from my pointing finger to a point behind Glau enough that it can hit him, but not any of the people I like. I'm going to also jump into the air and fly 30 feet forward in the air.
Awesome.
Before I do this.
Don't you have 40 feet flying speed?
30 feet, I think.
I literally just listened to an old episode where you said it was 40.
Well, let me check.
I think it is 30.
No, 30.
Bring up receipts.
I think it's 30 because that's like the main reason against giving people letting people have wings is that they become brokenly fast. But I think we decided it was just 30 feet.
Yeah, but also Aarakocra
Okay.
get 50 feet flight.
What?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Do they?
That's broken.
Oh, I'm not an Aarakocra, luckily.
Yeah, they're the fastest race. Full
Also,
stop.
Katie, I didn't mean that in an accusative way. I just was like, if you've got an extra 10 feet, you can use it.
No, I don't. I've only got 30 according to my character sheet.
Okay.
And, I am trusting my character sheet above my brain. I'm in the air.
Big mood.
I'm flying. There's a big fireball behind our guy Glau, and he's gonna have to make a dex save.
Okie dokily. Why can't I?
Oh boy.
I'm gonna start rolling my 8d6 fire damage.
Does he get anything to boost his dex
Two.
saves?
6, that's 8.
This is so bad.
Ellie, all these people are gnomes, right?
2,
Yeah.
that's 10.
Do they have advantage on magical saving throws?
Only I think intelligence, wisdom, and I had it open for Mara's, but for some reason I closed that.
I can't believe we're gonna murder one
Yeah,
of the biggest businessmen in the entire city. This is so not good.
Hey, I tried not to.
It's only 23 damage.
This is not a good look for us.
I think it is a good luck for us.
Only 23 damage.
He got a 12 on his dex save.
Oh, yikes.
Nuh-uh, 23 damage, please.
Okie dokie. So do you want to describe what happens?
Yeah, I jump into the air, I fly forward, and as I am flying, I gesture forward and point my finger and say some magic words that I will not describe on podcast. And there is a sulphury smell, and behind him, scorching his back, is a massive big ball of fire explodes from that point.
How much damage did you say it was?
23,
23.
which is, I
When you
think...
said magic words, you won't describe it. It did sound like they were just swears, and you were like
Yeah.
No, the swearing is a different spell.
profusely swearing, and then a fireball appears.
Please let him be on death saving throws and not stone dead. Please.
It's only 23. He's not that
As
great.
this fireball, erupts around him, several sort of pieces of machinery start to, catch. You can see, he gets sort of, knocked forward. Oh, let's say conveniently knocked forward, 20 feet by the blast. And his
I'm noting
armor
this
is...
down for next time I cast Fireball.
Yeah, okay. And his armor is singed, but he coughs. He stands upright.
Is he still up?
But he...
Oh my god!
It's only 23 damage. You're massively underestimating how beefy
And
this
I
guy
also
might be.
built, characters that were genuinely, interesting for you to fight, rather than, accidentally, murking you or making super squishy people. But as he gets sort of, blasted forward, he gets up coughing and holds his hands up and goes, all right, whatever... whatever it is you want, I'll just take the girl, just do whatever you want.
Oh, nice.
Are we out of combat now?
Yes, we're out of combat.
Insight check.
Yeah, go ahead.
That is a 10.
Who knows? Who knows what this guy is thinking? He could be... He's still got the gravity gun in his hand. He could easily start attacking you again.
I'm going to swoop down to where Felicity is.
She's like, oh my goodness, thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh, I found these. I found in the prison. I know that I probably shouldn't have, but I swiped a couple of papers, and these guys paid the police off, and oh my gosh, I think I need a sit down. Oof.
We figured there was some bribery happening, yes.
When we tie up Mara, I would like to bind her hands and also gag her mouth, because verbal and somatic components and spellcasters.
Yes, very valid. But also, God, what a wild thing to say. I did not know where you were going with that, and I was like, oh, okay. Okay, yeah, so what would you guys like to do? You've got Glau with his hands up.
Give me the gun.
Morgan, maybe we can take a slightly calmer approach here?
No, I'm confiscating it in the name of Project Arrowway, so I'm confiscating that dangerous weaponry.
Okay.
As Morgan says, Project Arrowways, can I hold out our badge?
Yes.
Good.
I will. Do you know what? Do you want to roll a performance check?
Me?
No.
For holding out the badge.
I'm using my bardic inspiration.
Yeah, use your bardic inspiration. This is just for flavour. While you do that, so Glau, like, reluctantly drops his gun and sort of scoots it forward towards you, Morgan.
I mage hand pick it up.
Awesome. What did you get, Am?
Okay, I got -1 performance. I rolled a 3. I rolled a 5 on my bardic inspiration now, which is 8, but I've got -1, so that's a 7.
Okay, so you, as you say, I'm confiscating this on behalf of Project Arrowways. Taz, you proudly hold forward the badge, and as you do, the fire alarm starts going off and the sprinklers turn on and just douse you all.
Well, at least the fire's out.
Yeah, so the fire is out.
I'll kneel down next to Glau and talk to him, but I'll also cure wounds on him.
Aww.
Really? That's so nice. You tie him up.
Also,
I'm
he's
trying
not
to be
unconscious, unlike his.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kaylin's like unconscious.
Do we need? Oh yeah, can I go over and stabilize Caitlin whilst that's happening?
Yes, please stabilize
I'm
Kaylin.
writing gravity gun on my character sheet. I warn you.
will send you over the stats for Gravity Gun.
Yes.
I got a 12 on my medicine check, so he should be stabilized.
This wizard has a gun now.
Glau gets 9 hit points.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just really enjoying the level of absolute carnage on this here podcast.
Wizard with a gun.
Wizard with a gun.
I will just turn to him and go, look, I think there's probably a lot of things people have done here that they maybe wish they hadn't done. But we just want everyone to be safe and everyone to be doing what's right, you know? So, would you like to tell us your side of the story?
Well, I won't say anything until I've seen my lawyers. And then he looks over at Kaylin's unconscious body and says, look, we need to stay on top of the market, and so we asked...
Morgan is writing this down as he says it behind his back.
Okay. We asked Mara to get the parts for us. She's a family friend, and well, she started, and everything was going fine, and nobody noticed. But then, I think Dr. Delaware got suspicious, and so he asked to meet Mara in the swamp, and you've got to understand, she's like family. You'd do anything to protect your family, right?
Yeah, I would.
So...
But I'd also want my family to be standing up for themselves, doing what's right, not just doing whatever they want. You know?
It's not just...
Don't you agree?
It's not about doing whatever we want, it's about doing, well, what Kaylin thought we were owed.
Why do you think you were owed so much? You got so much already. Look at this stuff. It's amazing.
Isn't it neat?
We're top of the market for a reason. We've got a reputation to uphold, and Well,
And that's worth someone's life. Is that really what you think?
protecting Mara was. Look, I don't expect you to understand. You're clearly not in business, but
That might have been a teeny tiny white lie, she says with a grin.
reputation is everything to us, and as soon as Mara, well, when she'd done what she did, she told us about it, and it became our problem, but there was no way we could let that be associated with us. People would have found out, and so we helped her cover it up. We gave the money to the police, told them to get lost, essentially, and it worked.
Morgan's nodding and like writing all this down as he's saying it. It's like, yep.
Is Mara still awake, or is she still like?
Nah, it lasts a minute,
Okay.
so...
Well, she's been tied up now, so she's probably spitting
yeah,
and
she is
cursing,
tied up.
actually.
Yeah, she's sort of
her
bound. Yeah, she's got like all tied up, and so she's like kind of muttering almost to herself, and Felicity kind of goes over to her and is like, Mara, what was all of this about? I don't understand. I thought you cared about this department. And Mara just kind of...
Mara's still gagged.
Yeah, Mara just kind of like... mutters and then rolls her eyes. Yeah, glares. And Glau says, a few months ago when Dr. Delaware first came into town, he was looking for a PhD position, and, well, Mara went for it, but didn't get it for whatever reason. He just didn't seem to warm to her as much as he did to Felicity, and
Morgan's just like, yep, this all sounds completely normal and familiar. This is exactly what academics are like.
exactly what academics are like.
Whereas Raina is just like, what the hell?
This is so wild in so many ways. What is a lawyer?
Yes, what is a lawyer? A question I ask myself every day.
A question that Glau seems to have forgotten about, as he says, I'll only talk when there's a lawyer, and then immediately starts talking.
Completely. Yeah, he says, now, you've seen Mara work, you understand her. She would have been such a good asset to Dr. Delaware. She has a better understanding of the equipment than Felicity does, and Felicity's like, well, I mean, I beg to differ on that. She would have been the better choice.
She'd have murdered his enemies.
She would have been the better choice, and, well, frankly, I don't think their relationship was the happiest even before he accused her of stealing parts from the lab.
Sorry, correctly identified that she had been stealing parts of the lab. Just wanted to jump in there with that one.
I was going to say.
Oh, well, I mean, they were gonna make it to our factory anyway, one way or another. If they're, I don't understand why. If something can be used for educational purposes, why can't it be used for commercial purposes as well?
It can, but that's why you have agreements. That's why you make business deals in it.
Well, the university weren't willing to have that discussion with us.
Then they're not willing to have it. So use something else. You've got so many things.
But, you clearly, you don't understand business. The way that this works is the only reason we have the empire that we have built for ourselves is by staying ahead of the game. The only way we can stay ahead of the game is to take a vested interest in places and inventions outside of our domain.
This all sounds just like talking to my mother.
Hey everyone, it's Ellie here. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you are, please consider checking out our supporter ACOS link. This is like a virtual tip jar where you can just give us a little bit of a thank you in financial form. We obviously accept thank yous in non-financial forms, and you are in no way obligated to do this. It would just be a nice cool thing. All the proceeds of that go towards things like making a web domain, investing in merch, and also compensating the lovely, lovely PCs that I have on this show, because they're great, and they deserve all the love and all the riches in the world. You can find that at supporter.acast.com/deck of many aces, with spaces in between the words. There's also a link right at the bottom of the episode description. Today's promo is for Brain Adventures. Brain Adventures is a D&D actual play podcast who bring players from all over the world to have fun together and play TTRPGs. If you want somewhere to start that's nice and short and sweet, I would recommend Hollywood Nights, their very first 8-short, I guess. It's their very first short adventure, which follows a group of your typical fantasy heroes who are flung into modern-day Hollywood and have to figure out how to get back home. One of my favourite things about Brain Adventures is that they always have a little twist on what you would expect. So one of their other games, A Familiar Journey, is a sort of typical D&D adventure, but the protagonists are the heroes' familiars. And before you say anything, yeah, they did it before D&D did, so, they did it first. The clip I'm about to play for you is, in my own narcissism, is the upcoming series that I am going to be in. Employees Be Damned is a story of minimum wage mall workers that clock in one day to find that the mall has descended into the 9 hells. Now they must serve devilish customers while working their literal hell jobs. I had such a fun time recording this. It was so great. I was emotionally devastated. I was emotionally elated. There's ups, there's downs, there's everything in between. There's some great voice acting from some wonderful people, and I would really, really strongly recommend that you check it out. It's coming out relatively soon. It's going to be over the holiday period, so like from Halloween into Christmas. So subscribe to the Brain Adventures podcast feed and follow them on Twitter to keep up with upcoming news about this very, very cool little mini adventure. Roll trailer!
Hello, listeners. Welcome to Employees Be Damned. Employees Be Damned is a story about a group of ordinary mall employees who clock in one day to find their workplace has descended into the 9 hells, and they must now serve devilish customers while trying to find a way to escape their literal hell jobs.
Now, I have to decide if it's time for you to pay the price.
Tamsin McCrae. She is just really not here for anybody's.
Is there a manager I can talk to?
I am the manager.
Direk is a very, very large, but very huggable half-orc.
Direct, however, pure of heart, dumb of ass.
Lucian Josselstay.
I hate Lucian.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to beat Lucian up so bad.
That's the vibe we're going for.
Whitney Gemstone. She is confident and she's gonna run this city one day. Who is trying to attack me and my store because they are about to have a very bad day.
That's a nat 20!
Satan, help me!
Izzy is about to all of us up. Wow.
What?
Oh my god.
That escalated quickly.
Why did I get a nat 20 on that? I hate that.
She is well past the point of talking to your manager direct.
We're gonna put content warning all over this episode.
You cannot just leave it like that. Oh my god.
You can't do this. It's not fair.
This is the most accurate metaphor for retail I have ever heard. Someone holding my soul somewhere? Yeah, I can relate.
Whilst he's admitting to fraud on a mass scale and IP theft,
Yes.
can I sleight of hand the Raven so it's on?
Yes.
I mean, I was writing it down as he said it, but if that's a better recording device, then yes. We really need a recording device.
You could write anything down. This is going to be his voice.
Yeah, okay. Give me a sleight of hand check.
I only have +2, so this might not go well. I rolled a 16, that's an 18.
Oh, I was about to say don't roll your Garbo dice.
I picked up one of my die that usually does a good job because I was like, I can't afford to mess this up.
Okay, so you so you successfully sort of switch the Raven on. This is the Bastet Raven and not the future Raven.
Yeah. This is the Bastet Raven, which
The future Raven might have a larger recording capacity.
Yeah.
better storage.
Well, I might not know business, but I do know about sailing, and the only difference between what I've described and what you've described is your way is the pirate way, and I don't like pirates. I'll tell you that. No one does.
Can I go see my brother now?
I'm not stopping you.
Your brother's dead.
I like hit Delphi. I'm like, he's not dead. He's not dead. He's fine. I stabilized him. It's okay.
I didn't realise you could wake back up again. Sorry.
Wait. If grove folk pass out, do you just die?
No. I didn't realise you could. We do, but like...
Why would you think this would be different?
I don't know. You're red on the inside. It's weird.
Ooh. Glau is going to cast Cure Wounds on...
That's fine.
Kaelin.
As soon as he's done that, I'm gonna... now I know he's a spellcaster, I'm also gonna wait and patiently restrain him the same way Mara is restrained.
Oh, goodness.
I don't trust... No offense to you, you're all very lovely, but they could just move their hand or something and, I don't know, get us all.
That's fair.
Tos,
You are right.
I feel like I was just getting somewhere with him, and you've just kind of undone that progress.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so you've got Kaelin, who's like lying down. Did you tie Kaelin up?
Did I see Kaelin use magic?
No, not technically.
I don't think he did. In that case, I've tied up his arms, but I haven't gagged him.
Okay.
And I'd also like to see, once I've finished with the Raven, can I just add my, 2 words onto the end of my own voice, being like, send help, and then, send the Raven.
Love Toz.
Yeah.
XOXO
okay.
Gossip Girl.
Quoth the Raven.
Yes. Yeah, you can do that. You've got Mara tied up, gagged, Glau tied up, gagged, Kaelin tied up, and as he kind of comes to, he says to Glau, you better not have said anything.
I think that's in character. Toz just starts laughing. Yeah, Toz and Delphi start laughing.
That's in character. Delphi's like, cool.
Okay, I'm just gonna check. Is
No,
there
just
anything-
verbal component spells he can do.
I'm genuinely, I'm like, how do verbal components, where?
It will say the method under the spell.
It does, but it's gonna take so long to search through all his spells, so I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna make him sit and sulk. And I think, he's gonna look at you, Taz, and be like, well, are you satisfied now? Is this what you wanted? Your grand escapade all come through? Well done, you've trapped us. What's gonna happen now? I'll tell you what's gonna happen now. We're not going to say a word until our lawyers arrive, and then on top of that, when our lawyers arrive and when the police arrive, they're going to tidy up this mess, and nobody is ever going to have heard what has happened. Then, I'm going to report you for arson and burglary, and you're going to go spend a long, long time in jail. How does that sound?
Cool.
Arson?
commit
What's
arson?
arson?
Sounds great.
I thought you committed arson. No, wait, it's your thing. You're allowed to burn your own property. That's...
Not if there's insurance fraud involved. Do you know what insurance is? No,
yeah.
don't worry.
I'm gonna turn to Morgan and I'm gonna be like, do you want to go see if they have any cool stuff we can keep?
I mean, I can't think they have cooler stuff than this gravity gun, but also that would be robbery. Whereas this was confiscating a deadly weapon-ish.
Delphi, is the flamethrower still about?
The flamethrower is still about, yes.
Okay.
I assume Kaelin dropped it when he fell unconscious, so it's very close to Kaelin.
Yeah.
Kaelin's pissed.
Yeah.
Cool. Delphi's gonna pick it up and ask, is this... How many of these do you have?
Why are you asking?
You're tied up right now. I would suggest you answer.
He looks you up and down and he's like, I mean, probably somewhere in the region of about 30, I don't know. We've probably got more in warehouses across the country. This is a classic model.
How much are they worth?
Oh my god, don't make me do the approximate price. How much, if a spicy vegetable is worth 10 gold, how much is a gun worth?
I'd say like 1,000 gold would be my guess off the top of my head.
Yeah,
So,
probably
like,
something
10
ridiculous.
that's like 10
That
platinum,
order of
right?
magnitude, probably.
No, that's 100 platinum.
That's 100 platinum.
He says, well, I mean, it depends in terms of wholesale price or retail price. Wholesale, it's probably about 10 platinum, and then retail price is probably about 100 platinum.
Cool. Delphi's gonna break it.
Nice. That's exactly what I thought you were going to do.
For a second I was like, Delphi's got a business head? When did this happen? No.
When they say how much it's worth, they're like asking like how much it's worth to them, and then they get a number, and they're like, okay, I mean, it's worth that's a big number, and then smashes it.
Yeah, Kaelin just goes, oh, makes a little like pained, like kicked puppy noise.
I'd like to pat Delphi on the back and then wander into the storeroom.
Nice. Okay.
I'd like to go to talk to Felicity, but we can do that in a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I would just like to convene everybody in a huddle, but that can happen after.
Okay. What are you doing with these 3 people that are sat in the middle of a warehouse?
Well, sorry, I'm
I'm
fully like waiting until Bastet sends help. That's Toz's plan.
That was going to be the topic of conversation in the huddle.
Mum's gonna deal with the problem.
Toz is rich. She doesn't clean up after herself. She's like,
my
job
gosh.
done. Gotta wait to hand it on.
Oh my days.
Okay.
No consequences for my actions ever.
So I think I know. I think what's going to happen is, as you're kind of standing around and the sprinklers are kind of going off, you hear this like rapping at the door. Very similar to when the police arrived, except this time the door is kicked down and in comes Tamara and Bree and a couple of other of the roamers. And Tamara says, I got a message from Bastet saying you might need some reinforcements. I hope I'm not too late.
Just on time.
What happened here?
So
we arrested some people for murder.
Yeah.
Citizens arrest.
Yeah, these people did a murder.
Right. Wow. Well, okay. I'll help you. Do you want me to, I don't know, take them to the police station, or
the police have been bribed not to talk about the murder?
When they did the first murder, people were pretty suspicious, and then the police got a new station. So that's why I asked Bastet, because I thought
they haven't done any other murders since then. To be fair, I think they only did the one murder.
They did attempt a second one, and then 4 more. So,
well, hold on, Tos. We don't know that they intended to murder anybody in there.
Felicity, did you feel like you were going to be murdered?
Oh my goodness, absolutely.
They did assault all of us. That's still a thing.
Yeah, that's true. There was physical assault and kidnapping.
To be fair, there was also reciprocal physical fault. It's called a fight.
That's just self-defense. That's legal.
Yeah, self-defense.
So what do you want us to do with them? I don't know, take them to a higher authority? Like,
yeah, that was the
government?
Plan.
If you know one, that would be good. I can't remember who's in charge politically over here. Out of character, I don't know enough to make this up.
I'm from a city that moves constantly, so she just like does the gesture of a hand going over her head.
I guess I'll see if I can find this city's equivalent of a Bastet and bring them here. I don't really know who I'll be who I'd be able to talk to, but I'll go and find somebody. And because everyone that you have tied up is conveniently gnome-sized, they get kind of like bundled onto the backs of the roamers, and Tamara, Bree, and her people sort of head out with them, presumably to...
You are describing like a western.
Yeah, baby!
Why do you think Toz has a crush on Tamara? It's because she's a cowgirl.
Fantasy cowboys!
She is a cowgirl. Okay, so you guys wanted to go into the storeroom.
Yeah, I want some stuff.
You want some stuff, and also Morgan wanted to talk to Felicity. So,
magic items.
Okay, so you go into the storeroom, and there's a lot of stuff here. There is a number of flamethrowers, like the variety that you saw Kaelin holding. There's also a couple more gravity guns, but there's not as many of those. There's only 2 or 3. What else have we got for you? I'm gonna send across the gravity gun stats to you, Katie. Okay, so the first thing that you find is Toz, you pick up this sort of small, it's almost like this sort of claw-shaped brooch type thing. And it appears to be, like, magnetic.
Ooh! Like, you could use it to, like, climb walls?
Not quite. Do you want to roll? Do I want to make you roll, or do I want to just tell you what it does? Is the question.
I could do like if you want, I could do either an Arcana or Insight or like investigation check, and then that just be my roll for like everything I find.
Yeah, any of those three would work.
I'm better at Arcana. I can identify it for you, perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I'll just do like I am equal. I'm the same as good, so I'll just Insight check. That's a 16. This is my good dice that I used earlier. So as you kind of hold it up, you can feel it sort of. It pulls quite strongly towards a handle of your maul, and it kind of like attaches, and you can see on the sort of claw there's like a small. It looks like a switch. I flip it.
Do you want to? Okay.
Immediately, yeah.
As you flip the switch, your maul immediately becomes feather light in your hands. As you flip the switch off, it then becomes super heavy. And so what this is, this is a homebrewed item. It is called the Brooch of Variable Gravity.
This is so sick.
Thank you. I have to say, some credit goes to Becky for thinking of this idea. Like, I've kind of added onto it, but I think she was mostly the brain behind this operation. So shout out to Becky for this.
Thank you for my new toy, Becky.
This brooch can be attached to a weapon and surrounds it with a constantly fluctuating gravity field, altering the mass of the object. This makes a weapon feather light and easy to wield, then dense and forceful when making contact with your opponent. Two-handed weapons can now be wielded with one hand, allowing for two-weapon fighting, and the weapon gains the thrown property. The wielder can...
This is gonna do wonders for my armor class, you guys!
Yes, it is! And it also means that you can get a bonus action to two-weapon fighting, unless I'm mistaken.
Wait, what does that mean?
If you get another weapon that's light, then you can do another hit.
You can use your bonus action to do a hit.
Yeah.
That's very good.
The weapon also gains the thrown property.
Would I use my dex? Oh, you're going to tell me.
Yes, you would use your dex for that,
okay.
I think. The wielder can also determine whether the damage is bludgeoning or magical force damage.
Oh, that's also very good. Is that just when throwing or in general?
In general.
Okay, that's amazing.
Did you just give Am the ability to do force damage all the time?
This is great.
Oh my goodness.
This means, Katie, if you cast haste on me, this means my AC is going to be 20.
Oh my gosh. Have I just broken you? Maybe.
I'm so powerful. Thank you for my very cool toy.
I'm glad you like it.
Can I find anything for anyone else?
I have a couple things. Yeah, for all of you going into this storeroom?
I'm happy to just like collect it and take it out, but
oh yeah, let's ransack the place and just get some bits and pieces.
I would kind of follow them going, being like, do you not find it a bit weird stealing from the people? Just okay. I mean, we were kind of saying that we were more like, you know, morally high ground and all that.
We're saying
okay.
We are confiscating these items as potential dangerous, suspicious items, and I'm sure Bastet will approve.
Also, we're not getting paid for this because this wasn't an Arrowace mission, so I'm seeing this as our compensation for solving the murder.
It was an Arrowace mission because we just arrested them under the Arrowace.
We have no confirmation we're getting paid for this, Morgan. I hate to break it to you.
I'm not going to lie, I'm too tired to argue right now. Let's just go.
No, I'm saying that we're okay to take these things, that it's not stealing because we're officially confiscating them for Arrowace, and also we have. I'm saying we can finagle this so we're allowed to take these things.
Let's go steal some items.
I will do the finagling later with Bastet to make sure she lets us keep these.
Oh my goodness. I love that you all started off as like such a like cute, morally pure party, and now you're like, theft!
Did we?
Stealing from big corporations.
One of the first thing Delphi said is let's go kill a child.
Stealing from big corporations.
I don't see any change.
Stealing.
Yeah, all property is theft, so, you know, in fairness. Okay.
They probably stole this, actually.
Yeah, they probably did.
Yeah. So you can tell with the gravity gun that they actively stole the parts from the lab. That's the most obvious one, but there's plenty of other stuff. And the gravity brooch as well. Like, they've actively stolen stuff. I don't want to open FaceTime. Okay, so Delphi, are you actively looking for stuff, and Raina isn't.
Delphi's looking for stuff, but he's like, they are looking at everything, and specifically looking at things that look like the flamethrower to destroy them. But anything else they happen to find that's interesting, they are also looking at.
Alright, I'll start with Raina. Yeah, Raina, are you actively looking for stuff?
I think she's probably not actively looking, and because she's like, I don't want to steal anything, but then she gets in there and there's loads of like exciting things, and she's
the
like,
cat eyes come out
and just starts looking around, like trying to look like she doesn't care, and she's just kind of surreptitiously looking around.
Oh yes.
We will get retroactive permission to do this. I will make that happen.
Where is the note that I made with the ideas that I came up with literally last night? Help! Okay, so Raina, I think. Oh my gosh, okay, why can't I find this? Okay, so, yeah, full disclosure, I wrote these on notes that I can now no longer find, that clearly my phone or computer has deleted, which is distressing, so I'm gonna try and do this from memory. Raina, you can find these, what I can think can best be sort of described as like anklets. Do you want to try them on?
Yeah.
So as you kind of like sort of fit them on, they're again like feather light, super light, and as you kind of like walk around, you realize that you are able to just not make a single sound. These are, can't remember what they were called, but I think I called them something stupid like anti-gravity slippers.
Even though they're not slippers.
Well, I saw that and then I was like, but Raina don't wear shoe.
They're sneakers, right?
They're sneakers! How did I miss that? But basically it gives
They're not shoes though.
It gives you proficiency in stealth, and if you already have proficiency then you get expertise. You get advantage on all stealth checks, and you also gain the use of the spell Misty Step.
You give me Misty Step! I love Misty Step!
These are such good gifts.
Thank you!
These are
When
really
you say-
good. These are quite high value magic items.
Yeah.
You're just making a dishonored character. Like, that's what you're doing. I don't know if you know Dishonored, but it is literally this.
I have the games, but I haven't played them ever.
He just goes around sneaking and then teleporting from one place to another. It's literally just Misty Step and Sneak. That's it.
When you say I have access to the spell Misty Step, how do you mean? As in I can just can add it to my list? Or is it like a once per long rest?
I think I still need to figure this out because I did write it down, but I cannot find the notes. I think it was
That's
something
okay.
like...
We can sort it out later.
I think it was something like 2 charges per long rest.
That's quite good. That's really good.
You can do the spell thing as well, which is like 6 charges and then you roll a d6 every long rest to recharge them.
Delphi, you're looking around and you're sort of like going around systemically destroying stuff. And you come across this sort of weird little, the best way I could describe it is like a kind of like coin pouch type thing.
A bag.
Yeah, like a little, like a cute little small one.
A little one.
A little one. And Felicity kind of catches you looking at it and goes, "Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that they stole these!" And sort of snatches the remaining ones off of the shelf and like puts them in her bag. These are quite powerful. And I don't know what...
Bags of holding?
Not quite, but almost sort of like that. We've started calling them time loopholes, to be honest, because they're just a little bit... we can't figure out how they work. We found some in the Feywild and brought them back with the probes, and, well, the best way to describe them is you think of an item, a small item, in your past, and it appears in the bag.
That is so useful. Endless money, guys.
Oh god, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, that was my immediate thought, Webster.
Yeah, let's commit... Wait.
Morgan takes it.
Let's flood the
She
market.
tries to summon money. Does it work if she tries to summon money?
It does work, but the coins, they almost look a little bit like chocolate coins. They're like not quite the correct consistency.
Okay.
Boo.
It's not a perfect replica.
It's not a perfect replica.
Or I guess you could have it as a perfect replica, but only like you could only if there's a limit to how often you could use it. It could be like 1 platinum at a time.
That's still a lot of money.
That's still a lot of money. Like I say, I wrote...
If it's only a 1 per day use, then...
I wrote very specific rules for them, and I cannot find them. But essentially, the way this works is that as long as you can clearly describe an item from your past, it appears in the pouch, and it lasts. I don't think I decided between 10 minutes or an hour. So I will clarify with you later. So hypothetically, it could also get things to arrive from the future, but obviously because we can't describe things that are in the future, it doesn't really work. But yeah, it's I don't understand how it works. None of us really do. It doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't work. But the Feywild, I guess, is full of weird things.
Yes, it is.
Delphi wants to try 2 things. I think they're gonna do this with a mundane item from their past, just like a random thing that they can describe well enough. And then they're gonna be like, I don't know what it would be, but something from what's it called? The place that we just were with the fancy house. Something from there.
Oh, good idea. There's a bunch of different books and...
Or just like a random little thing, because also... yeah,
I can think of a potential item.
We found a big old folio that hadn't been published yet, that we specifically picked up and looked at to prove we were in the future.
What about his hair ribbon?
Oh, also good.
I took that.
Oh, you took that?
We have it.
One of the chests from the table, would that fit in it? Like the little ones?
Yes, yeah, that's a good idea. So you visualize one of the chests, and it appears in front of you. Well, out of the bag.
Oh, great.
Oh,
excellent.
Cool. Does work.
Delphi, are you keeping that?
Yeah.
Okay, I would like permission to do science on it at some point.
Delphi is slightly pulls it away and it's like, I'm dubious of your science.
It'll be more useful if you understand how it works, so you can use it more often and more effectively. Therefore, it's better to have an understanding of how it works, and you gather that understanding of how it works by doing experiments on it.
Delphi's like, I don't trust your science.
Your quote-unquote science. Yeah, like I say,
what you just did, Delphi, what you just did, where you tried to summon that chest... and I kind of...
Yeah, that's science.
That's science.
I don't trust your science. I know what science is. I don't trust your science.
Well, what's wrong? What have I ever given you any reason to doubt me and my science?
Toz laughs.
Delphi has flashbacks to the various times in which you've attempted science.
I haven't
asked people for science things, and it's always been creepy.
I found it. Found in it's called a planar or temporal loophole. I hadn't decided on a name.
Ooh, cool.
Found in the Feywild, this portal gives you the ability to recall any small object from any time in your past. You must be able to clearly describe it, and it will return to its appointed time in, and it literally wrote 10 minutes? An hour?
Oh, cool.
I will probably...
We'll roll a dice to find out.
Yeah, I'll confirm that with
fun.
you later, because homebrew items, I also am very good at making accidentally broken homebrew items, so I will just make sure.
I can attest to this.
Katie, I will send you through the stats for the gravity gun. Did you want to chat to Felicity?
Yeah, I would like to talk to her about... Let's think about what I actually want to talk to her about. So, Felicity, we didn't really get a chance to talk shop.
No, we didn't. I'm glad that everything's sort of been resolved. It's a shame that Dr. Delaware's, that he's not around to talk to you about this stuff, but I'd be happy to help in any way I can.
Yeah, on the topic of you getting things from the Feywild and being able to have that transport, basically, we've been investigating, some weird planar anomalies, and then I briefly describe how we fought some displaced beasts from another dimension and how there was a time travel thing and we have a time travel person. I don't know if that's something you have any knowledge or idea about.
How long have these anomalies you've investigated been going on for?
That we've personally witnessed. The displaced beast was, I think, a month ago, but things have been going on that we haven't seen any evidence of for longer than that. It's just the Project Arrowace has been investigating, and I just haven't been personally involved.
That is...
We don't know
That
what
is
things they were. But...
very interesting and also slightly concerning. In short, what me and Dr. Delaware have been investigating over the last few months the last half a year basically, is how time and gravity interact with each other. And how different gravitational and temporal effects have different effects on the planes. I'm sure you already know that the planes have always interacted with each other, and they're like layers, and they occasionally bleed into each other, but they not as much as what it sounds like you experienced. And they are usually indicated by some kind of physical portal that isn't always permanent, but it's usually quite strange looking, and it's got a kind of, for want of a more scientific word, a kind of energy about it that makes it look and feel like it might be a portal to another place.
It has a portal vibe.
Yes, it has a portal vibe, but it doesn't sound like the place that you were investigating with the displacer beasts and that. It doesn't sound like it had a portal of any kind.
I suppose they might have come through a portal and then the portal disappeared. Oh, no, they disappeared out of nowhere.
This is very...
There was the dust, which is like every time there's been any temporal stuff or like...
Oh yeah, the weird magical residue.
That bloody dust.
So, I'm sure I'm already explaining stuff that you already know, but the general theory of time is that it operates on a single continuum of A and then B and then C, and that we have very little power to actually drastically alter things, like travelling into the past and the future in any major way, but obviously begun altering time on a small scale, like I've seen you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. So me and Dr. Delaware were working with a potential theory that it's something to do with changing the gravity and the density of the particles, and so, by changing the space you also alter the time. We haven't quite figured that out yet, but that was our kind of working theory. The thing that, well, I don't quite know how to explain this to you, but what you said about strange occurrences happening over the last few months, it correlates with an anomaly that we've been tracking over the last few months as well, which is, so I'm sure you're aware of different sort of potential flows of time. This world, this universe, if you like, it should be operating at a single continuum, A and then B and then C, but it's not.
What, really? Like, demonstrably?
Yeah. Time and space and the planes changed. Literally in the last few months, in the time when me and Dr. Delaware started investigating it, it was working one way, and it was working the way that you were taught in school, and the way that he's been investigating and experimenting on for years, and then literally in the last couple of months, we can't really explain it, but basically, it's not linear anymore. Things are cropping up all over the place. There's evidence that there are things in the past that are here and they shouldn't be, or things from the future that are coming into the past, and it's like time is kind of like folding in on itself, and we have no idea why.
Send me your data. I will look through what you have in detail, if that's alright.
Of course.
This is very, very interesting.
Aces is Am Chisholm, Chloe Elliott, Eiriol Evans, Casey McLeod, and me, Ellie Webster. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Deck of Many Aces, and tweet at us with the hashtag DOMA. That's DOMA. We're also on Podchaser, where you can leave us a nice little review to celebrate our 1 year anniversary. It would really mean the world to us. And if you've been thinking about doing it, now is the time. The Deck of Many Aces cast is more than just a collection of pretty voices, however. We are a talented bunch doing a lot of talented things. For example, all caught up on DOMA and you want something else to binge? Why not check out Rendezvous with Destiny, a Scion actual play podcast that Am helps to create. She's also making an audio drama called Bones of the Land, which will be releasing very soon, if not already, and it has the likes of me and Chloe in it. Do you know what else has Chloe Chloe in it. That's right, the Cast of Many Things are doing a Masks RPG, and that has Chloe and Eiriol in it. They are playing teen superheroes, and it's very, very good. Chloe is now on Twitch as an affiliate Twitch streamer. She streams on weekdays and on Sundays, in addition to creating the beautiful and melodious music that she makes for this show. How does she have the time to do all these things? Who knows? I sure as hell don't. You can check out her music on her SoundCloud, which is in the episode description. Do you know who else is going to be in a podcast? That's right, me. You will have heard earlier in the episodes that I am going to be on a little something called Employees Be Damned. It's a show that is being hosted by the wonderful Brain Adventures podcast, and if you're looking for something to cheer up your holiday season as things get a little bit darker and murkier, I would really strongly recommend it. It's 6 episodes, and it's gonna be a hell of a ride. Is that everything? I think so. I've tried to rattle through as much as physically possible, so I have extra time at the end to say thank you all so much for joining us for a year of podcasting. Stick around, because immediately after this episode, a second Q&A episode is going to air where we answer all of your lovely listener questions and have a good old chat about how this year has gone. It's been a wild ride. I have loved every second of it, and I am so grateful to the people who helped me make this podcast, but especially to you lovely listeners, without whom this podcast would not be possible. I'd like to thank the people who have generously donated to our Acast supporter link. You mean the world to me. I can't express how thankful we are. To the people who have left wonderful reviews on our Podchaser and on our Apple Podcasts, you're all great and wonderful, and I take so much pleasure in reading those reviews, and they really brighten my day. To the people who interact with us on all social media, but particularly on Twitter is where we're most active, the people who take an interest in our little homebrew conversations, the people who reach out to us with their honest reactions to the episodes as they go, that's great. Thank you so much. There is very little point in making a podcast if you're not going to share it with people, and I'm so overwhelmed and deeply grateful that so many people have decided that they want to take the time to share this with us. I can't express how grateful I feel. It is Ace Week, which is also important, and I feel like I'm slightly concerned that this will get skipped over by people, so if you're still listening, I really appreciate this. Now is a really good time to remind everyone of the importance of Ace Week and what it's for. It used to be called Asexual Awareness Week, but they have changed the name of it now so that it can shift away from awareness and towards inclusion, with the argument being that people can see us now, and so now it's time for them to make room, which I wholeheartedly agree with. We are not the only people that you should be following. If you are lacking in ACE content in your life, then please check out the links in the description of some awesome ACE activists that we know, not personally, but just through the internet. Please check out our social media. Over the last week, we have been sharing information about Ace Week. If you want to find out more, then that's probably a really good place to look. We also, as always, have links in the description: asexuality.org, aromanticism.org, and demisexuality.org, which are all the best places to go to if you have questions, if you think you might be ace or ace spec, if you don't understand and you're too afraid to ask somebody because you're worried you might hurt their feelings. This is a great place to find out information and to educate yourself and to enlighten yourself and maybe do a little bit of self-discovery. Because what are we all if not level 1 adventurers stumbling around in a dark dungeon hoping to find our way towards the light of sexuality? I've lost this metaphor. I'm gonna leave you with that, and hopefully whatever podcatcher you use will do the thing and will automatically play the next episode, which is a Q&A, which I hope you really enjoy. We had a lot of fun making it and answering all of your questions. thank you from the bottom of our hearts for joining us this year. And here's to another great year of podcasting, of Dungeons and Dragonsing, and of making bad Arrow Ace puns. I will see you in 2 weeks. Have a very, very ace week. Bye!